Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Must turn to the Lord. How do you do that? How do you know if God is listening to your prayers?
Right.
Read what you got.
The book of John, chapter 9 and verse 31. Now we know that God...
Sis, brother, come get a flyer as you go. Come get a flyer. We're reading. How do you know if God is listening to your prayers?
Yeah, he bugged out.
Read.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
God heareth not sinners. My sister, what is sin? Sin means to break God's commandments.
Right.
Like today is the Sabbath day.
Right.
If you choose to buy and sell on the Sabbath day, you are now in the midst of sin.
Right.
That's the definition of sin. Sis, we have flyers. Come get a flyer. Give me sin. Give me 1 John. Hold John 9. Give me 1 John. Is that 3 or 5?
1 John 3 and 4.
Give me 1 John 3. We're just going over the definition of what it means to sin in the Holy Bible. Read.
1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin.
My brother, we're talking about what is sin. Read.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
For sin is the breaking of God's law.
Right.
So when you break God's law, you're now in the midst of sin. Go back to John 9. So remember, God said he does not hear the sinner. So what? We must know what sin is. So we want God to hear our prayers, to help heal us, to help bring us out the lowest state that we're in. That's what we want God to do. But guess what? God has requirements. Read what you got.
The book of John, chapter 9 and verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
Hey, brother, you know what sin is? My man right here with the red shirt. We're talking about sin. Watch this.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
God said he does not hear sinners. So
Right.
when you're praying, if you're in the midst of sin, God says, I ain't hearing none of that.
Right.
So, brother, your first question should be, bro, what is sin? You know what sin is? What is it? Come, hey, bro, don't be shy, bro. We're your brothers. We're your brethren. We are here to show our people, educate. Real quick, give me Psalms 34 and 11. Let me show you something real quick. This is what we're here to do. We're here to show our people what? The fear of the Lord. Guess what, brother? You want to have a healthy fear of God. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 11. Come ye children.
Come ye children. Who? These children right here. Take a look at this sign. Come ye children. Who? The children of Israel. Who is the children of Israel? The blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native American Indians. You guys Mexican? Mexican? You be from the tribe of Issachar in the Bible.
That's right.
We're your brothers. We're from the tribe of Judah. Our brother right here is Issachar. We your brothers. That's why you ever know there's always a connection between the blacks and Hispanics. We can always vibe on some type of level, but now it's time to vibe under this right here. The what?
Come ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you.
I will do what?
I will teach you the fear of the Lord.
That's what you want to know. The fear of the Heavenly Father. Go back to John 9, because guess what? We want to know, how do we get God to hear our prayers? Because everybody thinks they can come to God any old way. Think about a king, right? What's your name? Brother got a mighty name. I'm Malak. This is Officer Mattathias. All right, we're your brothers. God says you got to come to him a certain way. Because if you go to a king, can you just come up to the king any old way? No. Give me Methuselah, Mephibosheth. You know what I said? Okay. Read what you got in John 9. Find me Mephibosheth, king.
The book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
So God heareth not sinners. So if you're in the midst of sin, God is not going to listen to you. Because we think we can come to God like this. I'm going to show you a man that came to a king and he was out of order. We're going to use him being out of order as sin. Watch this. John 19. He's not just any old body. You understand what I'm saying? Read.
2 Samuel chapter 19, verse 24. And Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came down to meet the king.
He came down to meet the king, this man, right? Read.
And had neither dressed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes. From that day the king departed until the day he came again in peace.
Right. So you can't come to the king with your clothes all bummy, your behind out, your clothes looking dusty. You can't do that. The same way, we're using that to show the same way you come to the Lord. But you cannot be in the midst of sin, Joseph. Read on, John 9:31.
John chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners. But if any man be a worshiper of God, and doeth his will.
And do what?
His will.
You got the precept. We're going to show you what the will of God is.
Bring it out.
Because he says he doesn't hear sinners, but he will listen to those that do his will. Right? What is the will of God? Want to take a guess? Joseph, you seem like a smart brother. You bilingual? You speak Spanish and English? Oh, just English? Okay, okay. What about you? Is your wife?
My girlfriend.
Your girlfriend. You said that's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
You bilingual? Okay, she's bilingual. So you got to help me right there. So it's your girlfriend.
She knows English too, though.
Oh, she's bilingual.
Yeah.
She speaks too.
Yeah.
That's a skill. So you guys, how long you been dating?
It's gonna be 3 years.
Woohoo! You have children?
We're gonna have one.
Okay, okay. So we have things we need to discuss, right? So God says, let's take our time. All right, listen to this. What's your, right over here, right here. Joseph and Hennessy? Like the drink? Her. This is what we doing out here? Okay, so Joseph and Hennessy. This pertains to you. What we're showing is our history as a totality. The true history of the blacks and Hispanics. We are the children of this. When you read this Bible, we're the ones God's speaking to. God gave the Israelites, that's who you are. If you're both Mexican, you're from the tribe of Issachar. God gave his people commandments to keep. So if you look around the earth today, why are people in such a low state? There's a reason behind it. It's not just economics. It's actually biblical why we shoot each other, drugs, we hate each other, all those things, right? Rap music is teaching our women to do this, and there's a reason behind it. So I want to deal with y'all on one thing real quick, right? We're going to go back to John 9:31, then we're going to go to Psalms 40 and 8. And I'm going to show you something that you gotta start doing as a righteous man. Do you want to be a righteous man? Do you want him to be a righteous man? Do you want her to be a righteous wife? Read what you got.
John chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners. But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
So if you do God's will, God, he will hear you. So let's see what his will is, right? Read.
The book of Psalms chapter 40 and verse 8. I delight to do thy will.
I delight, this is King David. I delight to do thy will.
Oh my God. Yea, thy law.
Thy what?
Thy law
Is what?
is within my heart.
Thy law is within thy heart, mine heart. So in order to do God's will, you got to be doing what? Joseph? Being nice to people. Read it again.
Psalms chapter 40 and verse 8. I delight to do thy will.
So we're talking about the will of God, right? Read.
Oh my God. Yea, thy law.
Thy what?
Thy law.
Thy what?
Thy law is within my heart.
The heart referring to your mind. What's supposed to be in your mind if you delight to do the Lord's will? What you got? You read what you got?
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So, fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So what is man's duty? Job. What does he do? Must do. Did you hear that, Hennessy? What did it say? No, what did the Bible say? What is man's duty? Read it again.
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let's hear the end of everything. Let us hear the conclusion. Let's hear the reason of life. Read.
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
How do we fear God? Read.
And keep his commandment.
Do what?
Keep his commandment.
If you fear God or you do God's will, you do what? Follow his commandments. Got a star. Brother got a gold star right there. You got to follow God's commandments. Have you ever heard that before? In order to please God, you must follow his commandments. Right? Have you heard that? Yeah. Now I'm going to give you a commandment. First, give me Exodus 22. Give me Exodus 22 because this is for you two. If you want to, you have a family growing right now. If you want to move righteously, you want God to fight for you and bring up, is it a son or, there you have it. Now your line continues now. Oh, y'all chose a name yet? Mateo, that's Matthew, right? Okay, all praise. That's a biblical name. Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 16.
Listen up, Joseph.
And if a man entice a maid.
If a man, you're a man, Joseph, you entice a maid. A maid is a young woman, right? What does it mean to entice her? No, entice means to what? Hey man, be eyes up, man. Get right. So to entice a maid means to what? Get her to like you. Hey, spit game at her. Start talking to her. Then you have to do that to get Hennessy. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm Joseph. You know what I mean? You like the Spider-Man shirt? You like that? That's what it means to entice a maid. Hey brothers, don't worry about none of that. We got a lot of that going on. Madness comes out when this word comes out. All right? Understand? This word is thus saith the Lord. This is the power of God right here. When this Bible talks, guess what? You start seeing what's going on in this city, right? You know what I'm saying? So look, pay attention. Read that again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid.
If Joseph entices Hennessy, yo sis, you know what I mean? All that, right? I got the whip, I got all that, right? Read.
That is not betrothed.
She's not promised to nobody.
And lie with her.
What do you think it means to lie with her? Physical relations, like the brother said. Meaning, we all grown here, right? Sex. Yeah. That means you lie down with that woman in a sexual manner. Read.
And lie with her.
Read.
He shall
maybe.
Surely endow her to be his wife.
See that? So you know what I want, Hebrews. A godly man must, when he lays down a woman, he must make her his wife. Now you're supposed to go to her father and all that, the traditional way. Now if you didn't do that, that's fine. Now you got to correct that. Now that has to be corrected, Joseph. You working?
Yeah.
After that, give me Jeremiah 29. Read what you got.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
Boyfriend's honorable.
Marriage is honorable in all.
Right.
And the bed undefiled.
What you do with your wife is undefiled if you're married. Read.
But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
Whoremongers and adulterers. You know what a whoremonger is, Joseph? Yes, that's an adulterer. Whoremonger, a monger means a creator. Like you have a warmonger. A warmonger goes around and creates war everywhere. But whoremonger, what do you think he does? What do you think he goes around and creates? Whores. We call them hoes. Meaning he's what do they call him? He sleeps around. They call him guys something now. Yeah, that's old school. But he sleeps around from women to women, right? And a whore is a woman sleeping around from man to man. Y'all understand that?
So it's the same thing for a guy.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Even more so, because you're creating the whores. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a whoremonger.
That's a whoremonger. And you don't want to do that, right? You want to be a godly man. So what do y'all think y'all should do next? There it is. As what? What's your nationality?
Look it up.
What's your nationality? As what? What do you get married as? Huh? What's your customs you gonna keep? You gonna keep Christmas?
Yeah.
Damn! Let's get what you got. What you got for me? What you got for me? Just give me Toby first. Yeah, give me Toby first. So you gonna keep Christmas? You gonna do birthdays?
Yeah, it's God's birthday.
Yeah. God's birthday is Christmas, right? That's what you said, right? You with them? Because you gotta lead her. Hey Joseph, you gotta lead her. You're the head of the household. Y'all gotta be, when y'all lay down and get married, y'all become
Book of
one.
Tobit, chapter 7 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Then he called his daughter Sarah and came to her father. And he took her by the hand and gave her to be wife to Tobias.
The father gave his daughter to be wife to Tobias, read.
To be wife to Tobias, saying, Behold, take her after the law of Moses and lead her away to thy father. And he blessed them. And called Edna his wife and took paper.
He did what?
And took paper and did write an instrument of covenants and sealed them.
So guess what? Marriage papers. We gotta be law abiding when it comes to this, because what? We got another nation ruling over us now. Who's ruling over us right now? Who rules this country? Who rules the earth? What nationality or race of people? Is it Chinese man? Hennessy, who's rolling the earth right now?
White man?
The white man. Come on. Come on. Chinese man ain't running a damn thing.
It's the white man. Yeah.
It's the white man. So guess what? He runs the court systems. And guess who put him over us? God did, for our disobedience. So guess what? We got to go according to the laws of the land as well, as long as they don't contradict the laws of God. So you got to get that marriage paper to make it official and binding. Because guess what? If you die, all your inheritance, if you don't have paperwork, where's it go? She's ass out. So you got to make sure you have an inheritance for your children through paperwork, document, like we read in the Bible. We kept documentation. All right? Y'all understand that? I want to go with
Nation is men leading by example.